here. Miriam, my real name, but you can call me Mama Bray. It's all good. Anyway, this video I want to just take you on a little bit of a journeying into BPD world. As I mentioned in my debut video, I have BPD. Now, what is BPD? It stands for Borderline Personality Disorder. It's a mouthful. Sounds a little more complicated than it is. It's basically an emotional dysregulation disorder, I think would be a more proper name for it. But yeah, what we definitely don't have are split personalities, okay? Just so you know. But before I dive into all kinds of, itty bitty little details about it, there's really no reason to reinvent the wheel because there's so many videos out there right now that will explain this so much better to you than I can, and with illustrations or with real life interviews or psychologists that will weigh in on this. So maybe will be good to check that out, and I'm gonna put some links in the description box below as well as at the end of this video, so make sure you watch till the end, and then I will put some videos there that you can go to just to learn a little bit more. Gives you a little bit of insight into some other resources there. Anyway, so to help you out a little bit, I did find a couple of quotes that I found really, accurate and interesting. So here you go. We're gonna see a few come by and I'll be right back. And welcome back. So I hope that kind of helped you out a little bit, and if it didn't, that's okay. Just ask questions, because that's very important. That's what the comments section is for, asking questions, making comments. Keep them nice, thank you. But honestly, you may have a lot of questions, you may not care. It's okay, because what I'm just doing is just bringing this to your attention. Know that it's there, know that it exists, know that we are out there, and that we are just people, right? And I just find it interesting to talk to people about mental health, because you will find that there's actually a lot of people that either know somebody who's struggling with it or they themselves are struggling with it. Yeah, anyway, so don't be scared to ask questions, because I'd rather get into the ugly and into the really, things that people don't talk about, because it's important to talk about it, and I just want to lift the stigma a little bit, and just by opening up myself and say, okay, yes, I have borderline personality disorder. That diagnosis, stamp on the forehead, but that's not who I am exactly. So I'm a person. I have all kinds of interests, I have all kinds of ideas and dreams and passions, and I happen to have a mental health disorder, but that does not make me, any different than anybody else. I just noticed that the sun is on my forehead. Beautiful. Okay, anyway, let's get in the light. Much better. Okay, anyway, so yeah, just so you know, I may go overboard with my emotions at times, because like I said, when you have BPD, you feel things so much more intense. There's no gray area. But you know what? Just let it be. Let me be. So be it. It's a journey, and nobody's perfect. Moving on. I want to share a couple of clips that I recorded earlier this week, and in what I called a BPD moment. And we call them BPD moments in my family, my husband, my kids. And yeah, it gives you maybe a little bit of an idea of what I may go through at any given time, at any given day, about any given thing. Hi, BPD moment here. I'm just about to go to work, but I've had a couple of really, really, really rough nights sleep. I haven't slept well. Sorry, I can't even talk. I've been dealing with kids throwing up. I have pulled a muscle in my back. Almost everything I do hurts. Driving here was annoying because every little bump on the road just hurts like hell. Yes, I took ibuprofen and I'm hoping it's going to kick in. I so don't want to go to work right now. Part of me wants to turn around and just quit my job. And that's the whole BPD thing, because I'm going from, somewhat wise mind, rational mind, to complete emotional mind. Because I'm angry and I'm mad. I haven't slept well. I don't deal with that. I don't deal well when I don't get enough sleep. I was woken up in the middle of the night because, it's not even important. It was just the fact that I got woken up by one of the kids for something that was not even really a big deal. But it was to them. I'm really hoping that today shit does not hit the fan at work. Because if it does, I don't know how I'm going to deal with that. Like the former Miriam, before she got into treatment and before she figured out she had a mental health problem and, learned how to deal with things, I would have just turned around and left. Impulsive thinking, behavior. But my manager doesn't deserve that because he's a good guy. And so are most of my coworkers. So I am just about to go in. I'm really hoping that my coffee is going to make me feel a little bit better. I pray to God that I'll be able to observe, that I'll be able to take a breath, get back into wise mind. Well, let's go back to rational first. That will be an accomplishment. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right. See you later. Well, we are 4 hours. Is it 4 hours? Yeah, 4 hours later. I'm still working, and I'm in a slightly better mood. I think coffee had something to do with that. But still, I'm not really feeling it. And then I'm just kind of off. Just, BPD can be so annoying because there is sometimes no filter. There is no gray area. You just go from content to completely angry or utterly sad. There's really no in-between land there. Now, with medication and therapy and all that stuff, you can create your gray areas and try to prevent catastrophes. Doesn't mean it always will work out that way, but it seems to be going okay-ish. And so far, so good. About halfway through my shift, so I think I'm gonna make it till the end. But that's the thing with BPD, is that sometimes you just feel like you're dying, like literally. Anybody who's had an anxiety attack will know what that means. You just feel like you're dying, like the world is caving in on you, everything is falling apart, and gone is the control. And that's hard. That is really hard sometimes. So I decided to come to my car on my break just because it's a lot quieter in here. And one thing, when I start to kind of go downhill a little bit, noises become a problem. Loud noises, unexpected noises, or continuing annoying noises. And that's one of my triggers. It really gets me frustrated. So maybe good idea I'm at work because I won't have my kids kind of, whining at me. But at the same time, oven going off, machines beeping because the tea or coffee is ready, and things like that can be a bit overwhelming. Or if someone drops a tray, it's kind of loud. The struggle is real. The struggle is real. That's why I have my latte. See? Nothing is so good as coffee. I forgot to put sugar in it. Still good. It's coffee. And my shift is done. I'm really, really happy to go home. Oh yes, I am, because it was a hard start. Yep. Now, at the same time, I'm like, am I happy to go home? Because then I have to deal with, 5 kids. Hugs and snuggles are really great. even when I don't feel so great. And even when you're not that much of a hugger, because I am not, nothing really beats to have my 2-year-old, well, he's almost 2, crawl on your lap and snuggle in and give you kisses. Seriously, that's the best thing ever. Can't put a price tag on that. So I'm just glad my shift is over. That's done. That part of the day is over. I'm actually not quite sure what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. I mean, my kitchen is probably going to look like a bomb exploded because it was already like that this morning. Unless, the kids cleaned up, which sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. So I'll have to figure it out. But yeah, for now it's off to home I go. And we'll check in later. See ya.